Types of forces. We have a number of forces that exists. We are going to discuss some of them in this course. Gravitational force is one of the forces. And we say that gravitational force is the force of attraction between two bodies of given masses. If we consider, for example, an object on the Earth's surface and the Earth, when an object falls downwards towards the ground, then we can consider the Earth as one of the bodies of mass m1 and the body that is falling as another mass m2. The body falls towards the ground or the Earth because of the force of attraction that we call the gravitational force of the Earth. The pull of gravity on the body towards the center of the Earth is its weight that we will discuss later in the topic. Tension. Tension is the pull or compression of a string or spring at both of its ends. Materials have various abilities to withstand greater tension. Some can withstand tension, while others break when higher tension is applied. Tension is as a result of two opposing forces applied, one at each end of a body. Upthrust. Upthrust force is experienced by bodies in fluids. There is always an upward force acting on object that is immersed in a fluid. So we say that upthrust is the upward force that acts on bodies immersed in fluids. Fluids in this case refers to either gases or liquids. Objects in vacuums do not experience upthrust. Tension has already been discussed. So we'll not look at it again. Another type of force is frictional force. Frictional force is a force that opposes relative motion between two surfaces that are in contact. Frictional forces are applied in various areas like walking, braking, that is in reference to vehicles or simply application of brakes, matchboxes and matchsticks. The result or friction itself is a consequence of interlocking of surfaces and attractive force between the surface molecules. Tiny surface molecules. The friction in fluids or generally in liquids or gases is known as viscous drag or viscosity. The viscous drag limits the speed with which a body can move in a liquid. Like if you take a ball bearing and you place it in glycerin, it experiences the viscous drag and therefore attains a terminal velocity or velocity at which the ball bearing no longer accelerates. Magnetic force. Magnetic force is a force which causes attraction or repulsion by a magnet. Magnets always have two poles, the like poles and unlike poles. The like poles can either be south-south, unlike poles can be north-south. Another pair of like poles can be north-north. Materials that get attracted by magnets are magnetic, while those that do not get attracted are said to be non-magnetic materials. Centripetal force. Centripetal force is a force which restricts bodies to movement in circular path or orbit. It is directed towards the center of the circular path. Cohesive and adhesive forces. Cohesive force is the force of attraction between molecules of the same kind. Between molecules of the same kind. While adhesive force is the force of attraction between molecules of different kinds. Water wets glass because the adhesive forces between water molecules and the glass molecules are greater than the cohesive forces between water molecules. Cohesive and adhesive forces also helps in the formation of meniscus. We note, for example, that the shape of the meniscus in water forms a concave meniscus, because of higher adhesive forces than cohesive forces. The cohesive forces between the molecules of water and the adhesive forces between the molecules of water and the container. We also have the convex meniscus in liquids like mercury, whereby the cohesive forces between mercury molecules is greater than the adhesive forces between mercury molecules and water and the molecules of the container.